In today's world, it's hard to find 100% of people that agree on one topic. I am very confident that every single person that comes across this video right now thinks that Eli Apple sucks and that dude is a fraud. So all I want you to do, if you can't stand Eli Apple, is go ahead and spam LOL because that dude stinks and got absolutely torched in the Super Bowl, and I just want to enjoy it a little bit. Coming up here on Saints Now, we're going to be looking at some quarterback options that we could go out and get in New Orleans this offseason. Now, we're going to be looking at the draft. We're going to be looking at some candidates in free agency, and then also realistic trade targets. Let's face it, New Orleans, they do not have the money to be able to go out and get Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, probably not even the money to go out and get Deshaun Watson, so you will not see those guys listed on today's show. Now, in terms of the top quarterback options for the Saints, we're first going to start in the draft. I'm going to work my way from number 5, go down to number 1. Matt Corral from Ole Miss. Personally, I like Corral's ability to be able to move out of the pocket. Showed a lot of improvement in 2021. Still had some turnover issues, but only 4 interceptions this past year. But his ability to throw, his ability to run, I do think sky's the limit for this kid. And if it was me, man, like Corral, if he was with Sean Payton, I know I shouldn't say that anymore, but it's the truth. Payton would have done a great job with Matt Corral, but he is number 5 here on my list. Last season, he had 20 touchdowns, 5 picks, 3,349 yards, 67.9% completion percentage. Anytime you're able to really air out the ball in the SEC, that personally is something that I look for. But hey, maybe you guys disagree with me. So go down to the comments section. Let me know. Who do you want the Saints to draft in the first round when you're sitting there thinking, all right, man, 18th overall pick. We need a quarterback. The offense was bad. Maybe they go another route. Let me know. Who do you want the Saints to draft in the first round? Let's now go to Gardner Minche. He's number 4 on my list in terms of Saints' top 2022 quarterback options. Now, Gardner Minche is a pretty good gunslinger. He hasn't really had too many opportunities to really showcase his talents. Now, he had some time with the Philadelphia Eagles, had some time with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I should mention, we are going to go from 5 down to 1 draft range, so we're going to mix it all in here. Now, the guy who came up with the list is producer Trace, who's a diehard Saints fan. I do want that to be mentioned. I love the mullet. I love the swagger that Gardner brings, but it's really hard to be able to find a quarterback who last season made $2.5 million. Now, you'd have to go out and trade for Gardner. That's definitely something to keep in mind, but at $2.5 million, give him a 6th-round pick or something like that, a 5th-round pick, a late day 3-round pick to go out and get a guy with some experience, hey, maybe I don't hate it. Now, I'll tell you one thing, guys. If the Saints go out and if they make a move, we're going to be breaking it all down. If they trade for a quarterback, they sign a quarterback, hell, if they draft a quarterback, you guys are going to be getting a video. So what I want you to do is hit that sub button and then also turn on those notifications. That way you don't miss a thing. The last time that I filmed a Saints video, I told you guys to type S if you are subscribed. So I want to give a special shout out to some of the peeps that typed that S and are loyal subs here on Saints Now. Shout out to Rex Flex Savage 46, Jake Dolly _RG, Gary V Football Clips, and then Pantera 1959. That was the year my dad was born. All right, y'all, so admit it. Minshew Mania would be hella fun, right? I want somebody that can bring that swagger, that when they go into the, the huddle, that's the word. When they go into the huddle, you're going to be able to inspire a lot of those players. And the most important thing is cheap contract. Cheap contract, $2.5 million. At the quarterback position is really solid because if you go out and try to get one of these top guys in free agency, you're probably going to end up paying $10 million, $11, $12 million a year. 2.5 for Gardner, it's a steal. Let's go to number 3 here on my list. It's Teddy Bridgewater, and Bridgewater's no stranger to playing down in New Orleans. I like Teddy Two Gloves. He wasn't the best fit in Denver, and I don't even know how well he would fit in New Orleans at this point. The reason why I like this, though, is because he has that experience with the Saints this past season in Denver, 66.9% completion percentage, 3,052 yards, 18 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. In 2020, when he was with the Saints, here were his numbers. And I should mention, He was winning football games. In fact, in the games he started, he was 5-0 with 1,502 yards, 10 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Bridgewater's not going to break your back. He's not going to commit a lot of turnovers. He's going to take care of the football. So if you want to rely on your great defense, if you want to rely on your running game, and if you can get Michael Thomas back healthy, Teddy Bridgewater is definitely someone to keep in mind. Now, I don't know about y'all, man. I am all about the deals. I don't care if it's Christmas. I don't care if it's Black Friday. If it's a random day after Valentine's Day on a February. If I can get an awesome deal, I'm going to go ahead and do it. We got Saints polos. It's a 2-pack. 40% off. I'm going to say that again. 40% off. Or 30% off. Sorry, numbers, not my strong suit. At chatsports.com/Saints Polos. And you can also get them at chatsports.com/Saints Throwback. So I don't know if you noticed the throwback logo with the helmet or the regular logo here. Both of those links will be available to all y'all down in the comments, down in the description. It's chatsports.com/Saints Throwback. chatsports.com/Saints Polo. Let's go to the number 2 option here for New Orleans. It's Jimmy Garoppolo, and this is another trade candidate where if you're going to go out and get him, you're going to owe him $24.2 million if you were to try to get him from San Francisco. If I was the 49ers, I would want probably at least a third-round pick for him. What hurts the Niners and Garoppolo is they gave up so much to get Trey Lance. Garoppolo has basically said he thinks he's on his way out despite having 20 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 3,810 yards. Garoppolo is an average quarterback. However, he has had a lot of good playoff experience. He wins when you have players like Deebo Samuel that are willing to go to bat for him. I do think that goes very far. ESPN, they predicted that it's going to be a big-time market for Jimmy G. Apparently, there was reporters that, had trade offers for Garoppolo. I mean, this has been a guy who's been in plenty, and I mean plenty of trade circles for quite some time. So what did you guys think about this? I actually really like this question. I know it was going to be up on the show. Did you like the Super Bowl halftime show this year? I actually tweeted out that it was personally my favorite. It's not too often where everyone who is in my group watching the Super Bowl is having a good time, vibing to the songs, and that's why I really enjoyed it. Now, I saw a lot of people said, oh, the Prince Super Bowl halftime show was great. I know a few people even liked the Janet Jackson one, but that was for different reasons. But why for yes and for no did you like the Super Bowl halftime show this year? And now the number 1 option for the New Orleans Saints. If you've watched this show before, you're probably not too surprised by this. It's Jameis Winston. He was on the New Orleans Saints last year, was 5-2 before suffering his ACL injury and was having himself a pretty dang good season. Financially, it does make sense. Personally, I would be in the range that Winston's going to get $12 to $15 million a year. And if you're okay paying famous Jameis that, then yeah, I think it's going to be the move you go with. Not many quarterbacks are going to be available this offseason in terms of free agency. And if you could tell me, I know a lot of people enjoyed what they saw out of Jameis Winston. From the start of 14 touchdowns, I believe he had 3 interceptions, 1,170 yards, and a 59.0% completion percentage. Sure, it was in only 7 games, but he looked pretty dang good from the jump. I mean, I understand the Packers weren't ready to go week 1, but you beat the Green Bay Packers 38-3 on the back of 5 passing touchdowns from Jameis. He was a different style of quarterback. He was somebody who was willing to take care of the football and not put his team into really bad positions. How does that look different now that you don't have Sean Payton and that Dennis Allen is the dude running the show? Sure, that might make people a little bit wary, but you got to give Jameis Winston his flowers because that guy definitely deserves them. So who do you want, y'all, as the Saints quarterback this upcoming season with negative $76 million in cap space? It's definitely going to be something to try to wrap our mind around here. So please let me know down in the comments, who do you want as the Saints quarterback in 2022? Now, later in the week, we're going to be doing a Saints mailbag. So earlier, remember, I promised y'all, if you type S, you get a shout-out. Here's another opportunity for you to be able to be featured on our Saints Now show. Later in the week, you're going to get a mailbag. So all I want you to do is go down in the comments section and format a question like #Saints. Should New Orleans go out and sign a running back just in case something happens with Alvin Kamara? #Saints, should they go out and sign Chris Godwin? #Saints, should they go out and get Jameis Winston? That's how the question should be formatted. But the only way, and I mean the only way, you'll be featured on our mailbag is if you are subscribed. So before I go, hit that sub button.